Good evening. Welcome back to Vanguardian News. I'm your host, Mahfouj Al-Qadir. And I have a question. Um, I was just pondering something this morning in regards to the motherland, Africa. We've been, us being over here in America, I myself being an American citizen of African descent. What is my responsibility to the motherland? How can I help Mother Africa continue to strive, and most of all, break away from the chains of Europe and white supremacy? I ask myself these questions because I have a vast interest in Africa. I have investments that I plan on trying to pursue over there in land, real estate. But I also have a commitment, I believe, in my blood to give 100% loyalty to Mother Africa and their citizens in the country. And to do this with open heart and with a true desire to have Africa rightful place on the world stage as it should be, and to rid itself from the exploitation of Europe and Asia, and to truly put that great continent and position itself as a major power and player, as it already is, but in other people's grips at this moment who are reaping the benefits of the land. There's a lot to do, as you know, in making this goal, accomplishing this goal. There's a lot to unearth. There's a lot to research. There's the political element. There's the tyranny and dictatorship that's going on in several countries for years, decades. You have leaders that have been in place, and there's no real true democracy. There's strong men there that have been in place for years. We know that. All you have to do is do your research and formulate your own opinion. And I think you will agree to that assessment. But most of all, you have the big one, the French, Britain, America, the Dutch, and 13 others that were involved in the colonization of Africa and the exploitation. And how the citizens of Africa and the money that Africa generates through their land and resources is always there's always a price tag when it comes to Africa's own resources via Europe doctrine through the Berlin Act, the Berlin Conference. So all this was set in place a long time ago. I think in the 1800s, 1865, 1885, I believe, a 4-month conference from November of 1884 and through April 1885, I believe. So these wheels were all set in motion through that conference. And although Africa has gained a lot of its independence back from the colonial days, and their freedom from colonialism. They were not truly free. Within that Berlin conference, there's another contract that was nicely tucked in there where these nations of Africa will have to continue a somewhat of a contract of colonialization. So you want to get rid of colonialization, and then at the same time, there's another deed or contract in there with the continuation of the colonialization. Sounds absurd, but these are some of the trap doors and backdoor deals and all this manipulation of people that they put in there. No more than what they did over in America with the Native Americans and the indigenous people. They kept moving the goal line, kept moving territories, kept writing different boundaries, and just to keep everyone convoluted and confused and frustrated. And it's worked. This is how vicious this game is. But it really affects a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people died. I mean, look at Leopold. Everything changed when Leopold came in there. And when Leopold wanted to carve out his territories and killed mass people, abundance of human lives, or should be on his name. And you always had the Portugal involvement in the Congo region, the Congo Kingdom, their claims and their alliances to the tribes that they're in Congo regime. So it was a race for Africa, basically. Like I said, 13 countries. The Dutch, France was the really benefit of all this because they continue to extract billions and billions of dollars of resources from Africa and West Africa. So all these countries that that France colonized, they continue to reap the benefits to this day. And and they continue to have these leaders in there, these leaders that's controlled, puppets that controlled by France and other Western leaders, governments that's in position of power in Africa and in these countries and these nations that continue to, stuff money in their pocket. This endless abundance of money being stuffed in their pockets. Excuse me. So this is nothing new. Why is the United States involved in Niger? And I know they have somewhat of a base over there. You guys remember the terrorist attack that was there a few years ago? So there's still a lot of exploitation going on in the continent of Africa and amongst a lot of other different countries, continents. So now you have the Chinese. They want to get their involvement in, although they're promising a lot of different, I will say, legitimate businesses. Some will say maybe not so legitimate, but it benefits the Chinese for fishing, and they're putting up different ports and stuff like that. So everybody's involved. There's a lot of, like I said, Africa is rich in riches, but everyone is getting rich except the most important people, the people of that land. And so there's a lot to chew on, a lot to dive into. You can do your own research. You can research the Berlin Act. And you can research Leopold and his actions in Africa. He's a mass murderer. So, but he's not the only one that's involved in a lot of this stuff. It still goes on to this day. There's a lot of shenanigans in Africa. It's very convoluted. The diamond district, the diamond market, blood diamonds, the wars that benefit the West and the central banks, the new world order, so to speak. Everyone's getting paid. Everyone's getting rich. And these people are going to continue to get rich. And they're going to continue to have influence in Africa until Africans, mainly, people of that continent, continue to wise up, but mostly with the help of people as myself and other Americans that are investing in Africa, that's coming over there through Ghana and Senegal and Tanzania, Kenya, Nairobi, a lot of different places that's making strides. But you won't hear about it because of the way they want to depict Africa visually, and the way they want to depict their people to make it seem like Africa is such a trivial in village, and all, the visuals that they give you, which is amazing. But you have to actually go to Africa and really experience it for yourself. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a life-changing event for you, believe me. I've been fortunate enough to been to West Africa, Senegal, lovely place, Dakar, beautiful. I loved it. I love it. So we have an obligation as African Americans, if they want to call us African Americans, but as Africans and people of African descent that care about the continent, to get involved and take interest into building the continent back up, and giving it its glory, and exposing, going to give exposure to millions of other people, billions of other people out here who aspire to try to travel and put Africa on your list. Instead of going to Europe, go to Africa. Guarantee you'll have a lot more fun. But it's a beautiful place, beautiful beaches, a beautiful land. It's lovely, 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 lovely. And so we need to care about it. We need to put in our best interests, and maybe invest, build. I know Akon is building his city over there, which is shout out to Akon. It's great work by that young man. He continues to invest and put his money in really back into what he believes in, and I salute him for that, along with a host of others that are in that mode of exploring Africa and of its vast beauty and landscape, and decide they want to invest in it. So just do your research. If not Africa, there's a lot of other different places you might want to do your research on, and explore. Get out there and explore. Use your imagination. Step outside your friendly compound and your friendly comfort zone, and let your imagination go, and take the chains off your brain, and explore the place for yourself, and don't let someone else do the narrative for you. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we will see you soon. Have a great week. Take care.